Good morning, Pastor, and thank you for having us, and good morning, church. My name is Regina Singleton, and I'm the president for Phi Delta Zeta chapter, which is located here in Lawrence and Topeka. And on behalf of our membership, we want to thank you for allowing us to take a few moments of your time today before you hear the pastor's message to share some important information with you about prematurity awareness. Since 1972, Zeta Phi Sorority Incorporated and March of Dimes has had a 51-year partnership, and it has been a very impactful and successful partnership. It began with many of the partnerships that we know about back in the 1950s with March of Dimes. Some of you may remember this, when they used to collect dimes, you put them in little jars, or if you're my age, you remember when we went to school and we had a little book and you put them in, and then we turned them in, or your parents went from door to door and collected dimes for March of Dimes. So we're still collecting dimes, but now they do it throughout the year through all kinds of ways, and of course it ends with the March for Babies. But since that time also, March of Dimes has expanded their programming. And one of those areas is prematurity awareness, called the House of Worship program, which is what Zeta has involved themselves with. And what we do is we come to churches, and if you came in, you got a fan. And the purpose of that fan not only is to cool you off, but is to give you some information about how you can help with prematurity awareness in your community. But also we have information in the back. If you didn't pick that up today, to please pick up some, and we want you to share it with your family members. We're going to start sharing some information with you, but we want you to take this information home, share it with family members, friends, your neighbors, just about the importance of understanding the importance of prematurity awareness, low birth weight, maternal deaths, high-risk pregnancies, that is very dominant in the African-American population and the Hispanic population. We're the two most at-risk population groups. And we're going to be sharing you some information that the state of Kansas is not on the report card for March of Dimes. We're not doing real good. We progressed this year. We went from a D to a C, but that's still not good. So we're going to share some of that. In Lawrence County, Douglas County, which is Lawrence, and Shawnee County are two of our most at-risk counties in the state of Kansas. So we wanted to share some of those pieces of information with you, and a little bit about how you can become involved in making a difference. So besides throughout the year donating money, it's also about becoming aware of and involved with the legislation. And we do have some legislation that's coming across that would really benefit moms throughout their pregnancy. So I'm going to pass the mic over to one of our members, Tracy, who is the chair for our maternal health committee, and they're going to start with giving you this information.
Righty, good morning, St. Luke. Righty. The problem with premature birth has been with us since at least biblical times, but the rate has increased dramatically in the last 30 years, and no one knows why. Premature birth is the leading cause of death in newborns, specifically babies born to Black women in the United States. More than 1.5 times are likely to be born too early compared to babies born to white women. In 2011, in the United States, preterm birth rate for Black infants was 16.8% compared to the national average of 11.7%. Worldwide, 50 million babies were born too soon every year. More than 1 million died, but 75% of these deaths are preventable. Let's look at some facts. The Kansas State report card. 2022 in Kansas, the preterm birth rate 14.2% among Black women, which is 48% higher than the rate among all other women, with the Hispanic women preterm birth rate at 10%, in the state of Kansas. 2022 state report card for the state of Kansas is a C. We were a D. Our preterm birth rate dropped from a 10.1% to a 9.8%. 6.7 infant mortality rates are an indication of overall health. Leading causes of infant death include birth defects, preterm birth low birth rate, weight, maternal complication, and sudden infant death syndrome, which is also known as SIDS. This is an increase from last year's data. Turn my page here. 2 babies die every year in the United States. Every hour, I'm sorry, two babies die every hour in the United States. 36 United States counties are designated as maternity care deserts. 4.7 million women live in counties with limited maternity access. Preterm birth rates by counties change in rate from last year. Looking at the counties, Douglas County, 9.3%, Johnson County, 9.1%, Shawnee County, 10%, Wyandotte County, 11.4%. Inadequate prenatal care by race and ethnicity. Do not seek out or obtain prenatal care until the 5th month of pregnancy. Looking at the demographic by race, American Indian, Alaskan Native, 21.5%, Black or African American, 17%, Hispanic, 16.8%, Asian Pacific Islander, 11.4%, white or Caucasian, 7.2%. Now we're going to share with you some information about vaccines and newborn infant care.
My name is Lori Curtis. I would like to discuss 5 facts from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention concerning vaccines. Fact 1. Vaccines are needed throughout different stages in your life, especially before and during pregnancy. If you're planning to get pregnant, being up to date on all of your vaccinations is important. If you're not sure which vaccination you had, talk to your healthcare provider. Fact 2. Staying up to date on your vaccines helps reduce the risk of your baby getting sick and keeps them safe until they can get their own. Talk to your provider to plan a vaccination schedule for you and your baby. Fact 3. If you've been vaccinated before or during pregnancy, do it after your baby's born. If you're breastfeeding, it's safe to get your routine vaccines, including COVID-19 vaccines and boosters. Be sure to talk with your provider if you have concerns. Fact 4. Vaccinations help develop immunity in your baby and provide protection from 14 serious diseases before their 2nd birthday. Fact 5. All babies, including those who spend time in a newborn intensive care unit, need vaccinations. Babies born premature follow the same recommended vaccination schedule from the Centers for Disease Control. Please visit our table at the back for more additional information.
We want to thank you for letting us share this information with you today. We want to encourage you to take that information with you today when you leave. And most importantly, we want to leave this thought with you. You heard that Douglas County did not score too well. The state of Kansas did not score too well. We are at most risk. And we have the power to make this better and to move Kansas from a C to an A by working together. In April, our chapter is going to be hosting a maternal health care forum here in the city of Lawrence. We don't have all the details together yet, but when we do, we will be asking the pastor to announce that from the pulpit. But we hope that you and your neighbors, your friends, your relatives will attend that maternal health care forum, because we'll be having a lot of information about resources here in Douglas County. We'll be talking about things that women can do. And as we said earlier, one of the things they don't know is why Black women have low birth rate babies and why we deliver so early. regardless of whether you have a degree, don't have a degree, whether you have money, don't have money, they don't know why that happens. But what they do know is it happens, and if we don't get prenatal care early and stay committed to prenatal care, we're at most risk for dying or for our babies being born, and at risk of having a lot of health issues. And, you know, we celebrate every day when we have a child who's born premature, who makes it, who lives and who thrives. I understand there's a young lady here who was born 1 pound and how many ounces? 1 pound, 3 ounces. She is 7,
Yes.
thriving well,
Yes.
gorgeous, a gorgeous little thing. That's her right there. Well, I know from experience, myself and other women, when you have a low birth weight baby or preterm baby, that first year is just so stressful. You spend a lot of time in and out of doctor's office, emergency rooms, hospitals. You see things that you never knew that they do. I mean, you understand that they're trying to help save the child, but you did not know these things. They look scary. And so just as Pastor was talking about today, that support, that having somebody to talk to, somebody who can listen to you. If you have family members who are going through that with their child, having somebody who will just listen or come to the hospital and sit with you is so very, very important. So we just encourage you to do that and to support our moms and support these little darlings through their first couple of years of life, because they need all the help and support that they can get. Thank you for allowing us to